One, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Doesn't make any sense. Imagine I come to you, your name is Hassan or Hussein. Hussein, let me speak. If they tell people we speak the same time, it's not a point. Na'am, barakallahu fi. If I come to you, Hussein, and I keep insulting your mother, but on the other hand, I tell you, Hussein, love me, that is a contradiction.
What is the insult? Can you give me the definition?
Insult, for example, you lie about Prophet Muhammad, you say he's a pedophile, which is not true. That is a pure lie. That Prophet Muhammad was a murderer, that is not true. Prophet Muhammad, yes, he was a fighter. He fought against those who tried to harm him, tried to kill him. Any person with a sound intellect and a pure natural inclination knows if you try to harm my family and harm me, I'm allowed to defend myself. Okay? Prophet Muhammad never was going around killing innocent people. Like in your book, Prophet Muhammad said clearly, anyone that kills someone under Islamic protection. Look, Islam, the powerful Islam, yeah? Imagine there's a war between, like I'm Algerian, yeah? Imagine there's a war between Algeria and Britain, yes? And Britain, Morocco, forgot, get off me. Britain, yeah? The reason that it's one of the haters. I want us. It's some shaitan statement, akhi. Our Moroccan, our brothers and our sisters, our family. Yeah. Leave the cut. Anyway, my point here is that in Islam, if there is a war between Muslim country and a non-Muslim country, and I'm from Algeria, and there is a non-Muslim from Britain, I said to him, you know what? Come to visit me. No one is allowed to touch him because why? He's under my protection. Even though I'm not a leader, I don't work for the government, but Prophet Muhammad said that any Muslim give a protection to the non-Muslims, his protection has to be accepted for every Muslim. It's not permissible for every Muslim to touch him. Look, imagine the justice of Islam. Country try to destroy us, and I invite one person from that country. In Islam, no one is allowed to touch him. And Prophet Muhammad said, anyone that harms him, Prophet Muhammad is free from him. That's why in Islam, we refute ISIS and Al-Qaeda and those killing Americans or British or French in our countries because they're coming under our protection. You see, look to justice of Islam. So anyone that goes around saying Prophet Muhammad is a murderer, he's the biggest liar ever existed in the history.
And you go around and preach hatred.
One second.
Muslim Brotherhood.
1 minute.
Yeah?
Do you
Reject the
say
Muslim Brotherhood.
Shut will you give me time?
ISIS is working under
Do
Muslim
you say
Brotherhood.
Jesus is not God?
I said Jesus not good, yeah.
If I say Muhammad is not a prophet, would it be an insult?
No, it's not.
No.
Why do you call it insult then?
No, it's not that. You said stuff that
Only
was
for this
very vile.
reason.
Okay, the brother.
Only for this reason, because I don't recognize Quran.
No.
I don't recognize Muhammad as a prophet.
I never hold it as an insult. Why? Because us analyze that in the Islamic teaching, that anyone insult Prophet Muhammad sallallahu there is a severe punishment for him. However, we can go back and study the history of debate between the Muslim and the Christians, where under the Islamic Caliphate, when the Muslims they were powerful, because some people what they say, the reason you are saying that because you're weak. No, when the Islam was a powerful religion taking over all countries with justice and mercy and the best teaching. What? They debate between one another and they will not allow it. The Christian said, excuse me, I don't speak to you. Go away. Tell him I don't speak to him. Because
Can we have a debate
so what happened?
Debate like this in Saudi Arabia.
In India they kill you for nothing. Tell me about Saudi Arabia. Anyway, my point here is, so they debated. The Christians said Prophet Muhammad can move because I can't. Me, I can speak when the old man heckling. So Islam, Prophet Muhammad so he's a Christian. He's a Christian saying Prophet Muhammad cannot be prophet. He's a false prophet. And no one said that it was an insult. Because what he's saying that because of his religion. We're not saying that you are insulting our prophet because you believe he's a false prophet. No. We are saying you are lying against my prophet when you say he was killing innocent people, he was a murderer, which is not true at all. That's what we're saying. You believe Prophet Muhammad is not true prophet, that is your belief. I don't hold that insult.
We'll talk about that.
Anyway, I do, but I will not tell you insulting
Well,
him.
there is Sharia law. You cannot say Muhammad is not a prophet.
You can. As a Christian, you can.
It's just case happening in Pakistan,
Pakistan, they don't know about
in
Sharia.
Iran, in Saudi
Iran
Arabia.
is a Rafidi country.
You can't.
Hussein, look, mixing. Pakistan doesn't know about Sharia.
Muhammad.
Okay? And there's a Christian. Don't mix between the two. If a Pakistani or Algerian man kill a Christian, that is not Islam. That is Algerian person doing it. That's a Pakistani man doing it. In Islam, you're not allowed to kill them because they don't believe Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet. What is the proof of that? The proof when Amr ibn al-As and Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah, when they overpowered the Palestine and there were Jews and the Christians living under them. They never kill all of them. If that was our target to kill every Christian and a Jew, why they never kill them? Why?
I don't believe they killed all of them.
That's it.
But they killed some of them.
800
As
Jews
well
in one
as
day.
they discriminate the rest.
Listen.
They killed some of them.
No.
They discriminate
We
the
kill,
rest.
look, Hussein, look.
Is this an insult?
Hussein, that's
It's a
not true.
historical fact.
Give me one.
Vile
Akhi, one person speak Barakallah. Give us one historical fact when Islam, or forget about Muslims doing actions. Let us separate between Muslims' actions. Go to Ijwa Road. There's Muslims smoking shisha. Does Allah tell you to smoke shisha? No. Allah said do not harm your body. Okay. So give me where in Islamic sources say kill them because they believe Jesus is not true God or true prophets. I don't want to speak to clown people. Just go away, please.
Surah 929.
Yeah, where is it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Kill unbelievers.
Yeah, no, doesn't
The
say.
mushrikins.
No, it doesn't say that.
There are many verses
Let
regarding
us
killing
talk about
the
this verse.
non-believers.
This verse was
The
revealed.
mushrikins.
Yes, it's about
There are
it.
many verses.
Let's-
He also did it.
You're talking about the verse. I know this verse. Which liars, Christian liars here use it. Okay, let us deal with it. You're talking about the verse. The verse you're talking about when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
It's in the Quran and Hadith.
Why there's hard killers?
It's in the Quran.
Look, I make it clear to you. I'm going to save you time. I'm going to only speak to him. I don't speak to clowns.
Stop lying. Stop lying.
Okay, so now let us look at the verse. That verse when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the Muslim to fight against those who never believed in Allah and the Prophet from the Jews and the Christians. That verse was revealed in the 8th Hijri. And why was it revealed? Let us go back to the historical context. When the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ sent one of his ambassadors to the Romans, they killed him. They did what? They killed him. And we know by law in our time, if you kill an ambassador, what does it mean? Means that is what? Is a war. That's it. You are waging a war. Yes, if you kill ambassador of a country, that's what it means.
Do you believe the judgment?
Let me finish my point. Understand it. I hope you're seeking the truth. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is why I talk about pork. Someone talk about chicken. Come. So I want to have a nice dialogue with you. My dog, come, my dog. There's a dog follow me from the Christians. Okay. So my point here is, this verse was revealed in the 8th Hijri. Which year the 8th? In the 9th Hijri, there is the delegation of the Christians. Listen, make it clear to you. I don't want to speak to you too.
Don't touch me.
Okay. But you said love. Who is the love?
Don't touch me.
But I told me love. Huh? Last time you told me hug me. Last time you said hug me. And now touch me.
cannot
Anyway,
keep doing
forget about that. So this verse, look. So about no. In the 9th Hijri, the delegation of the Christians came from Najran, from many tribes, and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ never killed them. Rather he signed up a treaty of peace with them. So therefore, that verse doesn't mean kill every Christian or a Jew. That verse speaking about those, as Al-Qurtubi mentioned, who lived in the 7th century, or sorry, 5th century, talking about those who try to fight us. Is that clear?
There are two questions.
No, is that clear so
I
far?
need two questions.
Okay,
Can
good.
make the question.
I need
Is
some
that
water.
verse still valid today or it's been abrogated?
That verse hasn't been abrogated, no.
It's not been abrogated, so it's valid now.
It's valid to those, listen carefully.
There may be some individuals, groups or armies or states,
Yeah.
and they may apply to the verse
Try to harm
and
us.
launch wars
Yeah.
against non-believers.
It's talking about that verse. Look, Islam is not a religion of nonsense. Which if someone slaps you from one cheek, give him the other cheek. Which never historically any Christian country implemented. Okay? Doesn't mean that. Let us analyze that. Islam is speaking about there's different types of people. There's people that we can debate with them in a good way, in a good manner. Okay? This type, you don't have to fight them as long as they don't try to fight us and harm us. Allah said in the Quran, وَلَا تُجَادِلُوا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ إِلَّا بِالَّتِي أَحْسَنَ. Do not debate with the people of the book except with that which is good. So this one thing. The other thing Allah is speaking about, those who try to harm us and kill us because of our religion, we are allowed to defend ourselves and fight against them. The other type of people, if a Muslim scholars go into country to try to preach Islam and those countries try to kill them and harm them, then it's upon the Muslim leaders, not any Muslim, it's upon the Muslim authority to go and protect them. Do you understand that? There's other people who they just want to live They don't want to debate nothing from the Jews and the Christians. Allah said, لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلوكم في الدين ولم يخرجوكم من دياركم أن تبروهم وتقسطوا إليهم إن الله يحب المقسطين. Allah does not forbid you to deal justly and kindly with those who never fight against you because of your religion or never took you out from your houses. This verse, Hussein, do you know this verse, by the way?
Yeah.
Of course, why? Because it's got against agenda.
You read in
Verse,
Arabic.
powerful,
You read in Arabic.
Tell him who's
No, I just translated it.
Have you finished?
You said already in Arabic, I just translated it. No, it's not a joke. Good. Yeah, I finished. Do you understand so
You
far?
have just said it's permitted in the context of defense.
Yes, indeed. As any country do that.
I have two questions now.
Yes.
Do you and Muhammad believe the judgment day?
They will believe that judgment. Yeah.
You believe judgment.
Yeah.
Why you don't leave your case to Almighty Judge who is more just than you and me and everyone else?
That's a good
You
question.
rather fight back.
Yes.
If you fight back, you face God one day, this man hurt me. He's not gonna say, you hurt him back. Why are you coming to me?
Before you advise me,
That's one thing.
no, wait, stop to that. Before you advise me, you should advise your own God of the Old Testament, who said, go kill your enemies. So why God did not tell to the Israelites, wait for the day of judgment and I will judge between you? Why he told them go and fight?
That's when Muhammad never learned the Old Testament.
So the Old Testament, ask
Never
about the Old
understand
Testament.
Old Testament.
Let me get the Old Testament and tell us what is the context. I'm going to show you a verse. No. I don't want your feelings. I want
the
what the
subject
Bible
is
teaches
changing
us.
now.
No, I'm not.
The subject is getting
It's
changed
not,
now.
it's not. We are in the في قلب المسألة. We are in the heart of the issue of the subject. So can you tell us why God is telling Moses, which you believe is Jesus, go and fight the enemies? Why your God Jesus, the all-loving one, did not tell them, wait, so before you be hypocrites, go advise your own God before you advise us as a Muslims. Okay, so let us see what your God said. Let us go to Deuteronomy. Look what it's called. Law concerning war. When you go out to battle against your enemies.
Muhammad attacked
Excuse me.
the people
Look,
of Makkah?
Can you put this guy embarrassment?
Why did Muhammad
your children,
attack
I feel sorry for them.
on the people of Makkah?
Yeah.
Why did he attack?
Okay, listen to this.
Why did he attack?
Before you come here, I want to make a
Hussein,
second
step by
question.
step.
Why did he attack
He
the
said,
You
people
changed
of
the
Makkah?
question now.
please,
You
Tell
changed
me
the
first.
question.
Hussein, one.
Tell me.
Okay.
Tell me.
If I answer you, would you go away?
No. Tell me.
Okay, go
Tell
ahead.
me. Why did
Muhammad attacked the Meccans?
Muhammad attack the people of Makkah?
That's a good question. Why Prophet Muhammad attacked people of Mecca? Wallah, my daughter, she knows the reason. He doesn't know. Historically,
okay.
it's known.
So
My
the
daughter, she's
same
7 years
reason
old. Let me speak.
you
No.
will find
Let me finish.
from
No,
there.
let me finish. Let me finish. Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam lived in Mecca he was born in Mecca. He lived in Mecca for how long? For 53 years. When he became a prophet, 13 years of prophethood. They tried to harm him. Rather, they harmed his companions. They killed Sumayyah. They killed some companions, and he was patient with them. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permitted for him to migrate to Medina. When he migrated to Medina, instead of the Meccans, allow me to finish. The Meccans, instead of thinking deeply and correctly that this man has left us, so there's no point going after him. But what they did, they consisted and they were more stubborn. They went after him, tried to kill him. Any person, except this guy here, with a sound intellect, know if someone keeps trying to kill my family and I keep ignoring him, and I know the only way to stop him and prevent him from killing my children and my babies and my mother by fighting against him, whole worldwide, they will accept it. Except the Christian man.
No.
You know that is. And now, wait.
I will come there. I will let you there. I will let you to come
They
here.
were very peaceful.
First of all, I want to
They
say
were very
something.
peaceful.
Muhammad,
They were the relative of Muhammad.
when he was preaching
They were the
Islam,
relative
he
of
was
Muhammad.
opposing his father's religion, which was the main income of
And
his
they were
tribe.
crashed. And they were crashed.
Who's
Kaaba,
opposing or not?
Kaaba was
They were very peaceful. They were very peaceful.
Come, Hussein. Hussein, you not deal with my point, Hussein.
No, what do you say?
No,
I'll
Hussein.
come there. I promise I'll come there.
No, Hussein.
What I'm saying.
No, Hussein, I'm not going to let you speak.
Wait.
Why? We have to be just and fair.
Listen.
No, 1 point. Deal with
I
1
can't
point.
speak quarter than yours. You're speaking too much.
No. I'm
You're speaking too long.
Because
You don't
why?
let me speak.
This doubt you not bring
You
in.
do not let
Deal
me
with these points.
I promise I will come here.
No, don't promise.
No,
just
it's
deal
not.
with it.
No, I haven't finished the past question.
You asked a question
Wait,
about.
Yeah.
I did not answer his earlier question. Earlier on, you said on the context of defense.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
And you said, why don't you wait for their judgment?
minute.
And
I'm
I said
telling-
before, advising me
Wait.
that advice.
Wait. Muhammad made a peace agreement with Meccans for 10 years.
Yes.
What is called Hudaybiyah agreement. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Only in the year 2, he surrounded them. He conquered the town,
Yeah,
the city.
mashallah. Why the Christians only know
While they were
half story?
sleeping, while they were at peace with each other, he just conquered the city. Would you call this assault or defense?
That's a good question. But before you start making up things about Islam, about our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, can you show us what does it say that?
What do you mean?
You made a claim that Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, after the Hudaybiyah treaty, he broke the treaty. He broke the treaty. Show us what does it say that?
I don't remember the reference.
Oh, no.
They killed Imam Ali.
No, wait.
I don't have to remember.
Wait.
Are you-
Wait.
Are you saying
I allow
it's
this
not
man,
true?
this old man, to help you. Get the proof?
We'll give you the proof.
Yeah, go on, wait.
Next week,
Next week,
next week.
You know, Christian, they remind me of Jesus coming back. Every year, Jesus coming back. Every year, they say Jesus coming back, he's coming back. Every weekend, when we get them, next weekend,
Sahih
next
Bukhari
weekend.
is clearly mentioned.
What does it say? Go on.
He mentioned
Yeah.
that Muhammad
Broke
and
the
his
treaty.
companion,
Broke the treaty.
they broke the treaty.
Yeah, no problem.
They
Here,
broke the treaty.
look, I had to even go to your Christian missionaries and online. Go ask them. Listen.
For the hadith, don't talk about
Yeah,
next
go on.
week. Come back.
Yeah. So here you're lying, biggest liar. That's what is the history?
And the second
Listen,
thing-
I will correct you.
Bukhari is
I will correct you. I will correct you.
One minute.
I will correct
I
you.
want to
Let me
explain
correct you.
I want to ask you something more.
No. Let me correct you. Then we move on. Yeah. Now look, Sahih Bukhari.
minute, I had two questions.
No, wait. One question at a time.
got one more.
Yeah, one question at a time. One thing we have to
You
understand.
didn't answer it.
I'm gonna answer it. If you allow me to speak.
No, you. Okay, answer it then.
Khalas, thank
You
you.
deny it. You said there is not.
Because you're lying, you're making claim.
Yeah, you said there is no reference for it.
There is no reference for it without any doubt.
I
That
can
Prophet Muhammad
find
broke
out.
treaty.
I can bring
So
it
what
to
happened?
you.
Look, he's lying. Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he had the treaty of Hudaybiyah, there were Arab tribes who sided with him. So, huh? No, it was Khajud Medina. Naam. It was I forgot the name now. But it was, what do you call them? It's not huh? No, Asa is out of Khajus. It's what do you call them? The tribe. Anyway, one of the tribe signed with Prophet Muhammad. Signed the treaty. No, أخوان, but Quraysh is Yahud. This is an Arab tribe that was from the Ta'if, I believe. Or next to the Ta'if. Hawazan was one of them. Anyway, the main point here, Prophet Muhammad signed the treaty to the Meccans. You know,
did it,
allow
yeah? You did
listen,
it, yeah?
Let me finish my point.
You see? Thank
Listen,
you.
listen carefully. Listen.
do.
You not allow it. You're gonna sign the treaty with me now. You not allow it to touch this tribe because this tribe they are with me. If you touch them, the treaty has been broken. So what the Arab pagans did, they went after that and they killed some of those people from that tribe. So who broke the treaty? The Arab pagans. Then Abu Sufyan, may Allah pleased with him before he became Muslim, he was going back and forth, try to correct it and try to rectify it. But they already broke the treaty. You understand? So Prophet Muhammad.
That's absolutely wrong.
Okay,
You
show
know,
us
you
Bukhari.
know, they were-
Old man, you are embarrassing yourself.
They were
Wallahi,
settled.
you are
They
embarrassing
were
yourself.
settled,
Okay.
and they were
Anyway,
practicing
I'm not speaking to
their
you. Yeah.
They were
Okay.
practicing
So-
their religion.
so
You have an
anyway.
independent source for it.
Okay, Sahih Bukhari, so I want to show you.
No, he's not independent. He's a Muslim man.
Oh, wait. You want what? You want Qurayshi?
An independent.
Who? Like who?
Yeah, an independent.
Like who?
Who's not a Muslim.
Give us an example.
Just example. Who
That's what I'm
expects
saying.
him?
Because
You're asking a Muslim.
annihilate
You're
all
asking.
those opposing.
Okay, so now.
All the sources, you have to rely on your own accounts.
Exactly, you have to rely on this.
Yeah, but that's a Bible.
So that's
the
Prophet
word of
Muhammad
God.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
It's something you also
It's by
believe.
God.
It's also.
You are going off topic.
No, it's
I
also-
know I finished you, alhamdulillah. I don't. People say, why Shemsy you say you finish people? I will not talk to sincere ones. I'm very nice with them. But those who are stubborn, I say it because they are stubborn. Because let me teach you something. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, as Ibn Taymiyyah mentioned, except those who transgress. ولا تجادلوا أهل الكتاب إلا بالتي أحسن إلا الذين ظلموا منهم, except those who transgress. And these two, I spoke to them many times, but they've been transgressing, so I have to deal with them the way they deal with us. So be sincere. Clearly I have destroyed all your argument by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now you Christians, you have no leg to stand on. You keep talking about Bani Qurayza. What about the children of the Malachites who you killed and genocide? Why don't you speak about them? You killed Bani Qurayza. What about the children that were killed and the babies?
Before you
put them in the
throw
camera.
stone
In
on
general,
Take care, Malaka. You
Take
take
care.
throw stone
love
on
in your heart.
Take care.
Be careful.
You look after yourself.
Okay.
You are
Can I give you a
sitting
book?
In
Can I give you a book?
general,
You
Not-
yourself is sitting in
one
the
second,
classroom.
brother. In specific cases,
Look after
it's
yourself.
very difficult to
خلاص.
prove and
عفوا
disapprove.
sincere. But
But
you know,
in-
listening.
listen.
See clearly
Wait.
that
You
don't know what
can't
you're
cut
talking
my
about.
word.
Take care
In
of yourself.
general, Muhammad established the fastest growing kingdom ever of human time.
Why you jealous?
Would you call this a defense?
Alhamdulillah.
Would you call this a defense?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, yeah.
He was always on a fence.
No,
he was
no.
always on action.
Okay, right. Let's stop.
He was.
Let's
He
analyze
was.
that. Let's analyze that. Let's analyze that. Let's analyze that. Algeria, look, France, they came with Christianity to Algeria, and they stayed for 132 years in Algeria, genociding us, killing us. In 1940, listen, in 1945, when the British and the American and the French, they were celebrating for overpowering Hitler and his army, the French people were killing babies and children in Algeria. Guess what? When the French left Algeria, Algeria, they was still a Muslim country. When a Muslim came to Spain, in a few years, the whole Andalus, Spain, Portugal became Muslim. Why? Because Islam entered people's hearts. We don't force no one. Khalas, done.
Nobody say Jesus is talking to me for wars.
إذا أعجبك الفيديو لا تنسى الإعجاب والتعليق، ولكي يصلك كل جديد اشترك الآن.